Hi students, how are you? Hope you are fine. As I told you in our previous class, today let us study about Reserve Bank and its functions. So this is a little bit a big class, so you have to listen the class patiently till the end of this one. Then only you will be able to study the functions of RBI, Reserve Bank in detail. Are you ready? When we study about the Reserve Bank of India or RBI, we have to study a little more in detail regarding the origin of RBI and something relating to the origin. So when we think about RBI, Reserve Bank of India, it was established in the year 1935, April 1st. Actually, this bank was established by the British bankers as per the Imperial Legislative Council's decision. Imperial Legislative Council's decision of 1934. They enacted and they made a structure and all, and it came into existence from 1935 April 1st onwards. If you are watching that Imperial Legislative Council as instructions, we can see that it is clearly mentioned that as per the instruction of Imperial Legislative Council, is it? And it was established in the year 1935, and it became as an Indian bank only after the nationalization. Nationalization taken place in the year 1949. 1949 January 1st was the nationalization of this bank, first nationalized bank, this one. Then after that it happened in 1969 also during the period of Indira Gandhi at all. Is it? Anyway, around 85 years before, only this bank was established as the central bank. Meanwhile, that time before 49, Pakistan central bank also was there, because 47 onwards, if you got the independence also, 48 also, banking structure, some influence of Pakistan bank also was seen there. Anyway, 49 it is nationalized and that became our own bank, not the bank of any other part of the nation center. Now it's our bank, and that is we are calling it as the Central Bank of India. When we study about the central bank, all countries of the world, they have their own, most of the countries of the world, they have their own central bank. And the first, which is the first central bank established in the world, the first central bank of the world. It was established in the year 1668 in Sweden. Swedish central bank is the first central bank of the world. It's known as Riksbank. Riks, R-I-I-K-S. Riksbank of Sweden is the first central bank in the world, established in the year 1668. And then Bank of France, many banks are there. All banks like our RBI, all countries are also having their own central banks. That is the story about central bank. And second one is that during the establishment of this bank, the first governor of this RBI from 1935 to 37 was a British banker. His name, his name? Who's that person? Osborne Smith. Osborne Smith is the first Reserve Bank governor. His period from 35 to 37, I think. And after even Taylor, I don't know his full name, Taylor also came as the governor for Reserve Bank, 37 to 39. After that, only the first Indian was appointed as the Reserve Bank governor. His name is C.D. Deshmukh. C.D. Deshmukh, he was from Raigad in Maharashtra. And he was there for around 7 years continuously, even if the banking period is now only for 3 years. One Reserve Bank, one governor can sit in his office, he can rule that RBI, he can control the RBI only for 3 years now. But C.D. Deshmukh was there for 7 years. And who was the largest, who was the person covered the largest tenure of this one? That was Benegal Ramarao. Benegal Ramarao, around he was there for many years. And only a person also there, only 20 days also what governor was there. Okay, these are the stories of Reserve Bank governors. And who's the governor now? Present now, for 2018 onwards. Reserve Bank governor is Shakti Kanta Das. Shakti Kanta Das, is it? It's actually is from Bhubaneswar in Bihar, Bhubaneswar in Odisha, capital city, and actually, but he is an IAS cadre officer of Tamil Nadu cadre, is it? Anyway, and very important person also we have to remember regarding Reserve Bank governor. Many were there. Raghuram Rajan, during the time of demonetization, Raghuram Rajan was the Reserve Bank governor, and 15th Reserve Bank governor of India. It's a very eminent person, Sri Manmohan Singh, Dr. Manmohan Singh. He is the 15th governor of Reserve Bank. At the same time, after that, he became finance minister of India. During that new economic policy period, under that Narasimha Rao government, he was the finance minister. After that, he became prime minister of India also. Is it? Such a well-renowned person, Dr. Manmohan Singh also. He was the 15th Reserve Bank governor. Now is the 25th governor, Shakti Kanta Das. Okay, these are the informations regarding Reserve Bank and their governors. A little more about, there are 4 zones for Reserve Bank. 4 zones means 4 different areas: northern zone, southern zone, western zone, and eastern zone. Is it? Northern zone headquarters in Delhi, southern zone in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, western zone in Mumbai, and eastern zone in Calcutta. These are the 4 zonal offices, and headquarters of RBI, it is located in Mumbai. Headquarters also Mumbai also western headquarters also in Mumbai. Headquarters of all these central Reserve Bank also in Mumbai only. Clear? So these are the headquarters and all. And let us one more thing is that I forgot. Around 19 regional centers also there. Regional centers means to handle the matters of that region. Almost all the city headquarters, regional centers are there. From Chhattisgarh, regional center is there. Chhattisgarh it is there. Then UP, there are Kanpur and Lucknow center is there. In Bihar, in Patna center is there. Calcutta center is there. Odisha, Bhubaneswar center is there. Madhya Pradesh, that region, Bombay, Mumbai center is there. Odisha, then Jharkhand, I don't remember the center. And Goa also I don't remember. Then Jaipur center is there in Rajasthan. Karnataka center is there. Bangalore is the regional center. In Kerala, I think Thiruvananthapuram and Kochi, 2 are there. Tamil Nadu also, it is there. Madras is the center. Like that, almost all. Hyderabad is the center. Almost all the cities, state capitals, 1 or 2 centers will be there to manage the financial transactions of the state and the region. So these are the rudimentary analysis or introductory analysis regarding RBI and its officers and all. Let's come to the functions of RBI. When we think about the functions of RBI, there are many functions. If you are going to RBI website, you can see the functions of RBI. Many are there. Many functions are there in RBI's website. So, but it is not possible to study all the functions for a student of class 12. So we should have to categorize the functions according to our convenience that we have to study. So here I am going to teach now 5 major functions of RBI. 5 major functions means all the small functions we included in one big function. Such a way we made 5 major functions. Are you ready now? Okay, first function. First function is that the traditional function of RBI means the monopoly control over notes. Issue of currency notes. Right? First function is issue of currency notes. When we think about issue of currency notes, RBI is the authority, sole authority of printing currency notes in India from rupees 2 to rupees 2000 now. And maximum RBI can print currency notes as per the denominations now 10,000. 10,000 because as per the sections, there are many sections of RBI. It controls the almost all matters of money transactions in the country. That I forgot, I think, sections. Section 18, it explains the emergency law. Is it? In this, when we analyze that sections of this one, regarding the denominations, I think section 24 of RBI explains the denominations of RBI. Means maximum 10,000 rupee notes they can print, and maximum coins also only 1,000 rupee coins. Coins minted by government only, not RBI. Is it? So these are the denominations in this regard. So that matter, 2 rupees till 2,000 rupees now, printed by RBI. And rupees 1 rupee note. 1 rupee note is printed by, that is printed by Government of India, signed by Finance Secretary. I have 1 rupee note in my hand. Is it? You also having maybe have that 1 rupee note. That's very important thing to keep. And recently, because of the because the cost of printing, RBI mostly prints that rupees 10 denominations onwards. 2 and 5 now also they are reducing the printing also because of the expense of the printing item. Anyway, that is the issue of currency notes. First part means almost all the currencies of the country, means from rupees 2 to rupees 2,000 now printed by RBI, and they are controlling the monetary matters of that one. When we study about the printing, little bit we have to study which all areas the printing stations is working there. There are printing of currency we can categorize into the printing of 2 departments or 2 units. First one is Security Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited. Securities Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited. Security SPMCIL. Securities S, Printing P, Minting M, Corporation C, India Limited IL. SPMCIL. SPMCIL, correct. India. So this is under the control of Government of India. Under the control of Government of India. And under this one, there are 2 printing stations are there. Printing presses are there. One is in Nashik in Maharashtra. Other one is in Dewas in Madhya Pradesh. Dewas in Madhya Pradesh. Nashik in Maharashtra is very old printing press of RBI, is established during British period 1926, I think. That all these 2 units came under one banner from 2006 onwards. Is it? CNP and BNP. CNP means currency printing station. Currency. BNP means that is a printing of other securities, means promissory notes, stamps, papers and all other papers other than currency notes printed by these Dewas stations of this security printing station. This press we are calling it as security press, not normal press, security press. So Nashik and Dewas. And one more printing paper manufacturing mill also there in Madhya Pradesh is Hoshangabad. In Madhya Pradesh, Hoshangabad, printing paper, that paper which we are using for printing, now we are making manufacturing ourselves. That also is manufactured in our country in Hoshangabad. That's it. These are the informations regarding this SPCICL and all. And one more thing I forgot, this minting of coins, because this is the control of the government. So minting of coin also done by this agency only, this SPCICL, MCIL. Securities Printing and Minting Corporation of India Limited. So there are 4 coins minting. You have to use the word minting of coin, MINTING, minting of coin, printing of currency notes. So minting of coin is undertaken by 4 stations are there, 4 press are there, 4 security press are there. First one is in Mumbai. Second one is in Noida. Third one in Calcutta. And 4th one is in Hyderabad. Is it? So these are the 4 coin minting stations of Government of India. So coins minted by and currency notes. And in this Noida and Nashik and all other currency notes also printing for the RBI. For the RBI they are printing and giving, but it's on behalf of RBI only it is printing, even it is the government press is used. And coin circulation, coin circulated and distributed by RBI only, minted by government, distributed by RBI. Means both this means this RBI is a statutory body of the government, so they can do the functions accordingly with a mutual understanding. And moreover, this counterfeit of the currency also controlled by RBI. They are controlling the counterfeit currencies, spoiled currencies, damaged currencies, all the things they are managing by themselves. As I told you, distribution of currency notes and counterfeit currencies also controlled by RBI, because that's a additional responsibility of RBI to do this matter for the government distribution of the coins. And second second set of security printing is done with the RBI and their officers. Is it? These two officers, they are printing the large number of currency notes. Rupees 500, rupees 1000, all these big currency notes they are printing by themselves. The two press are there, security press under the RBI. RBI's security press name is something different than that of this one. It is the Bharatiya Reserve Bank Mudran Private Limited. Bharatiya Reserve Bank, sorry, not. One more thing, Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran. Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited. Bharatiya B, Reserve Bank R, and B, BRBN. BRBN Mudran Private Limited, MPL. BRBN MPL. Its full name, short name. BRBN MPL. B means Bharatiya, R Reserve, B Bank, Reserve Bank, Note N, Mudran M, Private P, and Limited L. Is it? Okay, so read that one. What is the full form of that one? BRBN MPL. That's a short form. And these two offices are there for this one, for printing. Two press, two stations are there, locations are there. One is in Mysore in Karnataka. Other one is in West Bengal, Salboni in West Bengal. These are the two printing stations of RBI. This is controlled by RBI. These two were established, this company, it was established in 1995. Is it? Government company established it and coordinated under one banner in 2006. Even if the Nasik press started during British period, all these came under one banner in 2006 by the government, 1995 by the RBI. These are the matters relating to issue of currency notes. Understood? It's a little broad concept. You have to study that these are the major matters relating to RBI and all. Clear now? And this is coming under the section of 22. Issue of currency is coming under the section of 22. And it is known as the traditional function of RBI. So when one unit is printing currency notes, we can find out some advantages. That also you have to note down. Advantages of this one. Means one unit, RBI only printing currency notes. So it will be uniformity. The first advantage is that it can be considered to be a uniformity in currency circulation. We can see uniformity. All 500 rupees note of one series will be looking like same. Because two agencies are printing, there will be matching of the color difference will be there. So many things will be different. So that is why it provides uniformity of currency notes. And second thing is that RBI can supervise this matter. The supervising of RBI is becoming easy because only one agency they are printing by themselves and under their control of their matters and all. Okay, so under the control of the directors of that branch, they are controlling the matter as per the instruction of RBI. And third one is that it's all over. The RBI is getting all over the control. RBI can supervise this matter, RBI gets control over this matter, and at the same time RBI can control the credit in the economy also, control of credit also, and moreover we are having a confidence. We get confidence in the matter also because a public faith can be generated that increases because RBI. Is it during the time of demonetization? Even if people told that something of what this RBI is doing is not printing currency note because some restrictions were there to withdraw the money from the bank accounts amount also. But now the matter everything sold easily, and these are the advantages of this thing. Of this one. And one more thing, before the printing of started there, that was a proportional reserve system was followed. Proportion means how much of currency is printed, that much of gold should be kept as the reserve in RBI. After 1957, I think that matter now waived and a little consideration is given, and no need of that one. Minimum reserve system instead of proportional reserve system, government adopted. RBI agrees with the minimum reserve system. Means around 200 crores worth values of gold should be deposited there in print. That's already deposited there. So accordingly, we are printing currency notes. That's the from proportional reserve system, we move to minimum reserve system. Means around 40% of the gold reserve or the worth of 200 crores. These are the informations regarding issue of currency notes. Hope you understood something from the class. Second point is that RBI works as a banker's agent, supervisor, agent and supervisor, agent, financial agent, fiscal agent, and supervisor to the government. This is coming under the Section Act of 20. Section Act of 20 of RBI means coming under the agent and supervisor to the government. So under this one function, we can see that banker to the government. RBI works as the banker to the government means government. RBI is the government's bank, because like we are approaching a commercial bank, a government approaches RBI, is it? So what are the major functions? Just note down one by one. I think RBI collects taxes and making payments on behalf of government. Tax collection is the major function coming under this category. Tax collection. You know taxes, direct as well as indirect taxes. That we'll study in detail in our budget lesson. Direct as well as indirect taxes. And second thing, accept deposits from government. Accept deposits from government. And third one, collects checks and drafts deposited in bank account. Collects checks and deposits deposited in the banks. And the fourth one is that managing foreign exchange reserves. Managing foreign exchange reserves of the nation. And the fifth one, giving short-term loans to the government. Any emergencies are coming, government will, RBI will give short-term loans from their account to the government. And then moreover, it next function we can say, it controls the accounts of various government departments. Controls the account of various government departments. And at the same time, it advises government. RBI advises government. Recently, during the time of denominations and all, you might watch that when Raghuram Rajan was the governor of RBI, and our Prime Minister criticized that. He did not advise properly regarding the denominations and all. That was a big issue, but he denied. Governor denied that, no, I advised, but Prime Minister told that. Narendra Modi told that no, there was no such advice from the side of RBI regarding the demonetization and its impact. So means that is a function of RBI to advise the government in the financial matters and all, and deficit financing, printing of currency and all. And moreover, this RBI provides, that's important thing, provides currency chest. Chest means box. In treasuries and all, you know that. When we are going to treasuries to transact the bill, salary bill or anything, we can see treasury also working as a bank. This treasury is controlled by RBI, is it? So they are keeping money in the chest, means in the treasury account, locker, as per the instructions. So these are the functions of RBI. And one more function also was there regarding the matters of IMF and transaction, accounts of IMF transaction, and also means the all accounts matter, financial matter of government is controlled and managed by RBI in India. That is the banker to the government. Understood? Second function is that agent, fiscal agent and advisor. In this category means is that all the time this bank has to, as I told you before, RBI has to advise the government in the financial matters, in loan matter, repayment of the loans, payment of interest, is it? What all the financial matters of the government they have to advise. And second thing, this RBI has to represent the government in the international financial organizations and their meetings. And regarding policy framing and all, trade policy and all, almost all the cases of this government, RBI is only the authority to advise and to this matter. That is what we are saying it as the bank supervisor function or the bank agent, fiscal agent or financial agent function of the RBI. Clear now? Two functions now over. This is a little lengthy class, so patiently watch the class. Third function is that, so first one we finished, issue of currency notes. Second function we finished, bankers, agent, so financial agent and supervisor. Third function is that bankers, bank and agent, bankers, bank and supervisor. Means bankers, bank and supervisor to the banks. That was, before it was to the government, now to the bank. So bankers, bank we mean RBI controls, regulates, supervises all the commercial banks in India and other banks, regional rural banks, what all banks are there in India, all banks were controlled by whom? By RBI only. As through their policies and programs. All banks, which all banks need emergency fund? As per the section 18 of RBI, they will give for emergency loans. A public debt of the government, as I told you, that is managed by section 21. Now I remember that. 21 of public debt management of RBI. Issue of currency, I told you, section 22. Yes. Then 24, 26 and 28. 28 is, I think, related regarding to this currency, damaged currencies and all. 28. 26, I think, legal tender, yes. 26 legal tender nature. 26, 28 is damaged currency and all. 24, I told you, I think it is the denominations of currencies. Yes, these are the sections. And under this one, this bankage supervision function, all these scheduled banks were controlled by RBI. How? Their financial transactions, their clearing of checks, and sometimes RBI acts as a lender of last resort. Because lender of last resort means that emergency time, any bank needs a fund, financial aid, RBI will give. Because that is a responsible RBI. Because a bank, they are able to meet their expense. Means their withdrawal of loan, anything happen quickly in the account, or withdrawal of amount also withdrawn by the people quickly from the account. Bank is facing financial problem. Yes, RBI is ready to support. That is the lender of last resort function. Immediately they can provide more fund for them also. Is it? But it is not given freely. Then some rate should be charged. That rate is known as bank rate. They will charge. This topic will study in our quantitative and qualitative aspects as the fourth function. And the lender of last resort, and clearing of checks. Clearing of checks between banks, because nowadays we can give check in any bank, so of any bank. They will themselves manage that transaction. That is a clearing house function. And in metropolitan cities, those functions were carried out within one day time. Is it? But in other cities, that will take time for the clearing house functions of the banks. And the discounting of bills and all. To discount the bill and securities and all, there is a discounting finance house of India. One agency is there, DFH, Discounting Finance House of India. Agency is there. They are controlling this matter for the RBI and all, discounting of bills and all. And moreover, RBI regulates the financial transactions of the banks. New banks, if they want to get a registration license, that is only through RBI. And so RBI reviews the financial transactions of the bank. Any bank, they are violating the rules and all, because many rules are there. Repo rate, reverse repo rate, and some ratios. I told you yesterday, cash reserve ratio. In that one, statutory liquidity ratio. All these ratios means we can call it as legal reserve ratios. All these ratios should be maintained or not. The same way, all that repo rate, reverse repo rate, and lending also some ratios are there, lending ratios. So all these things RBI supervises. RBI supervises all these matter, whether all these commercial banks, they are following these rules strictly or not. Anyone is violating, that bank should be blocked from the functioning of that one. And such a way, the government RBI can take the necessary actions against all these banks also. So, and the same way, custodian of cash reserves of commercial banks, from they are depositing money in the CRR in the form of that one, that money also is kept there. And from there only, now recently RBI gave amount to the government also. And that was a big dispute, political dispute in India also regarding these reserves. These reserves are the reserves of bank, and RBI is not able to give us. Many discussions and negotiations were regarding this also was there before. So these are the things, and moreover, direct lending also they are giving like that. In this regard, there is no issues in this regard of direct lending also. These are the major points coming under the category of this one. One more thing, regarding clearing house function. That is actually there is no separate office for this clearing house. Only it is done through the internet system of RBI with the support of SBI and all. And one cell also created that I remember now, National Clearance Cell. So this clearinghouse function means checks of one bank and other transactions of other bank, and settlement of claims of debt and credit. All these transactions, settlement is done through the help of this National Clearance Cell. in India. And some other bills also, bill of exchange also transacted, commercial bill, agricultural bill. All these bills are coming under the sections of, I think, RBI section 70. So commercial bill, transaction bill, industrial bill and all these are carried out through this bill of exchange function, and these are the major functions coming under bankers, bank and supervisory function of RBI. Understood now? So I think these are the major points, I think, coming under the point of 3. And fourth major function of RBI, it is that controller of money supply and credit in the economy. Controller of money supply and credit in the economy. So by this controller of money supply and credit in the economy, it's very important function. Everyone should study this function in detail. So I'll take the detailed class of this function once again in other class, because already the class is now a lengthy class, is it? So controller of, little bit I'll give you an introduction regarding this controller of money supply and credit function. Under this function, it can be performed using two types of instruments: qualitative instruments and quantitative instruments. Qualitative instruments and quantitative instruments. Qualitative instruments are 3. Qualitative instruments. You know what are they? First one is margin requirements. Margin requirements. Second one, moral suasion. And third one, selective credit control or rationing of credit. Qualitative instruments are 3. Once again, margin requirements, moral suasion and selective credit control. While quantitative instruments means that the ratios and percentages, there are 5 are there. Quantity means 5 numbers are there. First one, bank rate. That means, that will explain. Bank rate, just you note down now. Bank rate. Second one, repo rate. Third one, reverse repo rate. Fourth one, open market operation. And the fifth one, legal reserve ratios. Legal reserve ratio means CRR and SLR. So once again, bank rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, open market operation OMO, and last one, it is a legal reserve ratios LRR, or legal reserve requirements. Okay, these are the total 8 measures are there coming under this controller of credit, money supply and credits. Very detailed study we have to conduct regarding this one. So that's why I'll take one extra class for this one, only for this function, controller of money supply and credit. How means we can say these policy measures are the monetary policy of RBI. Is the monetary policy of RBI means policy control of this one, money supply and all. So that we have to study in detail. Fiscal policy also you have to do, that's the policy of the government. So monetary policy means policy of RBI. So that we have to study in detail how this bank rate and all, how it is working during inflation and deflation, what are the policies in excess demand leads to inflation. All a big study is there, big detailed study is there that we'll conduct in our next class. Okay. Now I'm winding up regarding the fourth function, these qualitative and quantitative aspects or instruments or measures. And last function, fifth function is that custodian of foreign exchange and exchange controller. Custodian of foreign exchange. Fifth function means the foreign currencies of the other nations, it is easily managed by this function. Means RBI manages these foreign currencies. What are the requirements of the people? Which all nations' currencies are required? It is available with RBI. RBI can manage that one. And during balance of payment problem crisis, RBI controls it regulates the flow of money between the countries of the world. And one more thing I forgot to tell when I discussed that one, I think, regarding the transactions, international transactions of the foreign countries. So when the transaction taking place, you might have seen that there are 2 types of transactions are there. RTGS and NEFT, not transaction, settlement of the accounts. When we are sending money from one country to the other, foreign currencies, especially those who are in foreign countries, they are sending money through this account. Is it balance? So then I told the balance of payment. Such situations, RTGS means real time gross settlement. And NEFT means National Electronic Transfer of Fund Transfer. National NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer. is it? So that is also controlled by RBI. And if you are having that money transferred receipt in your hand, you can see it's a NEFT transfer, means controlled by RBI from one country to the other. Such a way, all these transactions were carried out by RBI. So these are the 5 major functions of RBI. Once again, let us sum up. First function is that the traditional function, monopoly power on the issue of currency. Second one, banker to the government and supervisor. No, that is third function. Banker to the government and advisor and supervisor to the government. Agent, fiscal agent, banker to the government and advisor. Third function is that bankers, bank and supervisor. Bankers bank means commercial banks bank. That is a bankers bank. And fourth function, controller of money supply and credit. And last function, custodian of foreign exchange reserves and exchange control. These are the 5 major functions of RBI. Tomorrow I will come with a new topic, that's a fourth function of RBI, controller of money supply and credit. Hope you understood something from my class. Try to watch the previous classes also and share this information to your friends also. Thank you once again.